Has this ever happened to you? A crack in your garbage can? If you've owned a home for any amount of time and have had the same garbage cans, it probably has. If it hasn't, it will. Today, I'm going to show you my method for fixing that. To fix it is very, very simple. I'm going to go to the home store, whip out my Visa card, and buy myself a brand new garbage can. No, that's not actually what this video is about. You can do that if you like, but I'm going to show you a way that I found should work to at least extend the life of this for many, many more months, if not even years. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of holes on either side of the crack, and then I'm going to simply use zip ties to basically tie it back together. Now, fortunately, this hasn't broken all the way through, so that's helpful, but even if it did, the steps are the same. To make the holes, you're going to need something to do that. A lot of people use a drill, and you're more than welcome to. I have this old, rusty, terrible soldering iron that I got at a dollar store many years ago that I use solely for melting plastic, and it's going to be perfect for this. Let me heat it up and show you. Okay, with the heated soldering iron, I'm going to make holes on either side. Don't keep your finger on the other side, but keep the crack as close together as possible. And I'm just going to melt a hole right there and melt a hole right there. This is not exacting work. If you get it off center, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to put one about here and about here. And yes, with the soldering iron, you're going to get stringy plastic. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down here and get all these holes made. So I have my holes made with the soldering iron, and what I kind of like about it is it sort of almost reinforces the holes with that little melty bit at the end. You don't get that on the inside, but you get it on the outside, and I think that might actually help this repair last just a little bit longer. Anyways, now what we're going to do is we're going to lace this up like a sneaker. That's really it. Now, there's many different ways you can do that. What I'm going to do is do sort of a crisscross pattern. So if I turn this here, I'm going to stick the zip tie in, and I'm going to come back and go through this hole here and zip it up. Okay, just like that. Now, we'll cut off all the little plastic bits at the end here, but our next one is going to go crosswise that way. So I'll get another cable tie here. Stick that in. Push that through. And we'll go and zip that one up. I'm not in this for looks. I really don't care what it looks like. You can use any color cable tie you want. You could use any kind of cable tie you want. But we're going to crisscross this all the way. And in fact, I have enough room in these holes that I'm going to sort of double it up. In other words, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in this hole to go here, and in this hole to go here. Now these will have cable ties in them, but I'm going to start from them and keep going rather than just make X's. So in other words, if I didn't do that, you'd have an X here, but a space, and then an X here. I'm going to keep making X's all the way across, use as many cable ties as possible for the strongest possible repair. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit, and I'll come back when I'm all done. So there's all the handiwork. Really didn't take much time, certainly less than 10 minutes for sure. I'm going to clip all of these little pieces off, of course, and I'll show you the finished product. I also went and did the top here because there was a crack there which didn't go all the way through, but I figured I'd reinforce that as well. And I even got up behind the lip here. You can see in from the bottom, and this way I made the suture, if you will, go as far along the crack as possible. And if you take a look now, that crack is definitely sewn up. The garbage can is much more solid now. And these are cheap dollar store cable ties. These are garbage cable ties for a garbage can. But they certainly did the trick with enough of them. Now, I could have put all of these cable ties in from the inside, and that would make for a nicely finished outside. But I didn't do that for a reason. Let me show you the inside first. Here's the inside, and that certainly is much more nicely finished than the outside. The outside, even after I cut all of these little things off, I'm still going to have the head of the cable tie there. But I didn't put that on the inside because if I did, when you put a garbage bag in the can, that is a potential sharp point that can go and rip the bag. So that's why I did it on the outside. If you care more about it looking nice on the outside, which, like I said, was not the point of this, then you can go ahead and do it the other way. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and snip off all the excess that's here. And there we are. That's the finished product. Is it sharp on the outside? Yeah, it is. So you want to be careful about that. Again, these sharp points here are what are going to break garbage bags. Now, yeah, it's going to be in the can, but then again, the garbage men, sometimes stuff spills out and it gets left in the street, and then I got to pick it up anyways to be thrown out the next time we have collection. So that's it. If they were more careful with the garbage can, perhaps maybe it wouldn't have broken. But I certainly didn't break it. But now it's fixed. Nice and strong and sturdy. And it'll definitely hold up. If any of the cable ties break, they can always be replaced at any point, one by one, without any issue. And there you are, the finished product. A repaired garbage can using nothing more than some zip ties. If this video helped you out, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons. That lets me know I did a good job making this video, and I can continue to provide them for you. Have a great day.